Emma Stone has won the Best Actress Oscar twice for her performances in La La Land and Poor Things. Who would have thought that from her beginnings in comedic roles, Emma would transform into one of the finest young actresses of her generation? Let's get to know more about Emma Stone and her journey both on and off the screen. Emma Stone was born as Emily Jean Stone on November 6, 1988, in Scottsdale, Arizona. Her father, Jeffrey Charles Stone, was the founder of a construction company, while her mother, Krista Jean Stone, was a homemaker. She is one of two siblings and has a younger brother named Spencer. From a young age, Emma was full of enthusiasm and knew what she wanted. She said she had wanted to be an actress since she was just 4 years old. She attended Sequoia Elementary School, Cocopa Middle School, and later Xavier College Preparatory. Even though her grades were fairly good, Emma didn't enjoy being a student. Driven by ambition and dreams, she convinced her parents to move to Los Angeles so she could pursue acting. It took time for Emma to persuade them, but they eventually agreed. Emma dropped out of school and moved to LA with her mother to chase her career. With a background in improv comedy and various school theater productions, Emma began auditioning for roles. However, she admitted that acting on screen was very different from stage acting, and she struggled to control her tendency to overact. In 2004, Emma had the chance to showcase her singing talent on a reality show called In Search of the New Partridge Family. As the name suggests, the VH1 talent competition sought new cast members for a reboot of the Partridge Family. Emma made it through several rounds, performing songs like Bitch by Meredith Brooks and We Belong by Pat Benatar. Eventually, Emma was cast as Laurie Partridge. Unfortunately, the show never got picked up, and Emma's efforts stalled at that point. Afterward, Emma landed guest roles in comedy shows like Lucky Louie on HBO, The Sweet Life of Zack and Cody, and Malcolm in the Middle. She was also cast in a Fox series called Drive, alongside Nathan Fillion and Melanie Lynskey. However, after just 7 episodes, the show was cancelled. So far, Emma's journey had been tough. But everything was about to change. After spending years in comedic roles, Emma finally got her big break with Greg Motola's Superbad. The film follows two best friends, played by Michael Cera and Jonah Hill, who are invited to a party and promise to bring alcohol. To protect their reputation, the underage teens embark on a wild adventure to get their hands on booze. Emma played Jules, the girl Seth, Jonah Hill, has a crush on. Superbad was a massive success, debuting as the #1 film at the box office for 2 weeks. It became one of the highest-grossing teen comedies and boosted the careers of its cast. Emma's performance earned her the Young Hollywood Award for Exciting New Face. Unfortunately, her next film, The Rocker, wasn't as successful. Starring comedians like Rainn Wilson, Jason Sudeikis, and Josh Gad, the movie features Emma as a bassist in a band that goes viral thanks to their quirky drummer. Emma's comedic potential became even more evident in The House Bunny, where she starred alongside Anna Faris and Colin Hanks. The film follows a former Playboy Mansion resident who is kicked out after being deemed too old. She finds a new home with the Zeta Alpha Zeta sorority, whose members are considered uncool. Emma played Natalie, one of the sorority sisters. The House Bunny was moderately profitable, though the reviews were mixed. Next, Emma appeared in a supporting role in the romantic comedy Ghosts of Girlfriends Past, starring Matthew McConaughey and Jennifer Garner. The story revolves around a womanizer who is visited by 3 ghosts that reveal his romantic past, present, and future. Emma played the first ghost, representing the protagonist's first girlfriend. That same year, Emma captured audiences' attention with one of her most iconic films, Zombieland. Directed by Ruben Fleischer, this horror comedy follows Columbus, Jesse Eisenberg, a young man traveling across a zombie-ridden America to find his parents. Along the way, he teams up with Tallahassee Woody Harrelson, a fearless zombie hunter. They eventually cross paths with two con artist sisters, Wichita, played by Emma Stone, and Little Rock, Abigail Breslin, who have their sights set on reaching an amusement park rumored to be zombie-free. The fun and inventive film was praised by critics for proving that zombie movies could still entertain and breathe new life into the genre. It grossed over $100 million, making it a considerable box office success. Emma Stone eventually landed her breakout role in the teen comedy Easy-A, directed by Will Gluck. She had read the script even before production began, met with the director to express her interest, and was one of the first actresses to audition. Emma was cast as the lead character, Olive, a high school girl caught up in a scandal at her school. Olive, who was actually a good girl, one day lied to help a friend by claiming they had slept together. Rumors spread among the boys that Olive could be hired as a fake date. While Olive profited from this arrangement, her reputation was destroyed as people began seeing her as promiscuous. To clear her name, Olive made a live stream explaining how the rumors began. Made with a budget of just $8 million, the film grossed $75 million. Beyond its financial success, Easy-A received widespread acclaim for its story and Emma's hilarious and charming performance, which showcased her potential as a future superstar. The film won Best Comedy at the Critics' Choice Awards, and Emma earned a Golden Globe nomination for Best Actress in a Musical or Comedy. Afterward, Emma made a cameo appearance in Friends with Benefits as the ex-girlfriend of Justin Timberlake's character. Further cementing her comedic prowess, in 2011, Emma was paired with Ryan Gosling in Crazy, Stupid, Love, directed by Glenn Ficarra and John Requa. This marked her first collaboration with Ryan, with more to come in the future. In the film, Ryan played Jacob, a suave pickup artist who helps Cal, played by Steve Carell, regain his confidence after his marriage hits the rocks. At the same time, Jacob meets Hannah, played by Emma, a woman unlike the others he typically dates. Without realizing it, Jacob falls for her, only to discover later that Hannah is Cal's daughter. After proving herself in a string of successful comedic roles, Emma transitioned to serious drama with The Help, directed by Tate Taylor. The film tells the story of Skeeter Phelan, a writer in Mississippi during the era of racial segregation in the United States. Witnessing the injustices faced by African American maids, Skeeter is inspired to anonymously write their stories. Her book exposes the hardships these domestic workers endure and brings change to her community. The Help earned a nomination for Best Picture at the 2012 Academy Awards, with individual nominations for its stars Viola Davis, Octavia Spencer, and Jessica Chastain. It also became one of Emma's highest-grossing films, earning $216 million globally. Next, Emma embarked on a new yet short-lived chapter in her career, starring in a superhero film franchise. Nearly 5 years after the heavily criticized Spider-Man 3, the superhero franchise was rebooted by director Mark Webb. This choice was somewhat unconventional, as Webb's background was primarily in music videos, with his directorial debut being the romantic dramedy 500 Days of Summer. As expected, Webb excelled in crafting the romantic drama aspect of the story, especially with Andrew Garfield cast as Peter Parker and Emma Stone as Gwen Stacy. Both actors were chosen for their incredible chemistry, which shines through their natural and heartfelt interactions on screen. The Amazing Spider-Man revisits Spider-Man's origin story, following Peter Parker after he's bitten by a genetically modified spider. In this version, Spider-Man faces off against the Lizard, Dr. Kurt Connors, who undergoes extreme biological changes in an attempt to regenerate his missing arm. Emma's portrayal of Gwen Stacy went beyond the typical love interest role. Her character is portrayed as intelligent and a crucial ally to Peter Parker. After the first film's success, earning $757 million globally, The Amazing Spider-Man 2 went into production. This time, Jamie Foxx was cast as the villain Electro, while Dane DeHaan played Green Goblin. The sequel, however, received criticism for its unfocused storyline and the inclusion of too many villains. Its global box office earnings fell to $708 million, which was disappointing since superhero sequels are typically expected to surpass their predecessors in revenue. If it weren't for Andrew and Emma's performances, the film's reception might have been even worse. Their tragic love story became the main draw for audiences, particularly the emotionally charged scene where Peter loses Gwen. Although Andrew and Emma were willing to return for a third film, Sony had other plans. The studio aimed to expand the Spider-Man universe with multiple spin-offs. However, in 2015, Sony struck a deal with Marvel Studios, allowing Spider-Man to join the Marvel Cinematic Universe. This agreement effectively ended the Amazing Spider-Man franchise, bringing Andrew and Emma's era as Spider-Man and Gwen Stacy to a close. During this period, Emma Stone's filmography was quite mixed. She found success as a voice actor in the animated movie The Croods and reunited with Ryan Gosling in Gangster Squad. However, some of her projects, like Magic in the Moonlight, Irrational Man, and Aloha, were either unprofitable or largely overlooked. Despite these hiccups, Emma worked with some remarkable filmmakers during this time. In 2014, she collaborated with director Alejandro Inarritu on Birdman. Starring Michael Keaton, the film follows Regan, a former superhero actor who faces a midlife crisis and attempts to revive his career through a self-directed Broadway play. Haunted by past trauma and hallucinations of his old superhero character, Birdman, Regan's struggles threaten to unravel everything he's worked for. Emma played Sam, Regan's daughter, who is recovering from addiction and now works as his assistant. Birdman achieved incredible acclaim during awards season. It earned 9 Academy Award nominations, including Best Actor for Michael Keaton, Best Supporting Actor for Edward Norton, Best Supporting Actress for Emma Stone, and nods for sound mixing and editing. The film won 4 Oscars, Best Picture, Best Director and Best Original Screenplay for Alejandro Inarritu, and Best Cinematography for Emmanuel Lubezki. 2 years later, Emma delivered an even more iconic performance. Reuniting with Ryan Gosling, the duo melted hearts in La La Land. Directed by Damien Chazelle, the film tells the story of a musician, Seb, Ryan, and an aspiring actress, Mia, Emma, who meet in Hollywood and support each other's dreams. However, their careers and romance don't always align, leading to a bittersweet conclusion. La La Land was both a box office hit, grossing $471 million, and a critical darling, earning a record-tying 14 Academy Award nominations. This feat had only been achieved twice before, by All About Eve, 1950, and Titanic, 1997. The film won 6 Oscars, including Best Director for Damien Chazelle, Best Actress for Emma Stone, Best Cinematography for Linus Sandgren, Best Original Score, Best Original Song, and Best Production Design. Unfortunately, La La Land did not win Best Picture, but the infamous envelope mix-up at that year's Oscars made it a memorable moment in film history. Despite the loss, the film's charm and cultural impact ensure its legacy will endure. Emma Stone's subsequent works were consistent and diverse. She delivered a standout performance in Battle of the Sexes as tennis legend Billie Jean King, explored a trippy narrative in the Netflix series Maniac alongside Jonah Hill, brought back the laughs in Zombieland, Double Tap, returned to voice acting in The Croods, A New Age, and Slade as a fashion icon and budding Disney villain in Cruella. During this period, Emma collaborated with director Yorgos Lanthimos, known for his unique and eccentric films. Yorgos's latest project revolved around Queen Anne, played by Olivia Colman, and her relationship with Sarah Churchill, portrayed by Rachel Weisz, her favorite companion at court. The arrival of newcomer Abigail Massam sparks fierce competition for the Queen's favor. Initially, Emma hesitated to play Abigail, assuming the character was a sweet victim. However, after reading the script, she was eager to portray Abigail, realizing the character had unexpected depth and complexity. Yorgos, on the other hand, was skeptical about casting an American actress in a predominantly British ensemble. Before allowing her to audition, he insisted Emma work with a dialect coach to perfect her British accent. Emma succeeded and secured the role. The Favourite became another critically acclaimed project for Emma. The film received 10 Oscar nominations, including nods for all 3 lead actresses. Olivia Colman won Best Actress, while both Rachel Weisz and Emma were nominated for Best Supporting Actress. This marked Emma's 3rd Oscar nomination in just 4 years, solidifying her place as a powerhouse performer. In 2022, Emma starred in Yorgos's short film Bleat, and their collaboration deepened with Poor Things. Not only did she take on the lead role of Bella Baxter, but she also served as a producer, reflecting the strong trust and mutual respect between Emma and Yorgos. Emma's perspective was crucial to the project, given its challenging material and the commitment it demanded. Poor Things tells the story of Bella Baxter, a woman brought back to life by Dr. Godwin Baxter, played by Willem Dafoe. Bella is resurrected with the mind of a child and gradually matures as she explores the world and makes her own choices. The film drew attention for its numerous explicit scenes, particularly between Emma and Mark Ruffalo, who played a depraved character named Duncan Wedderburn. Emma defended the film against accusations of exploitation, emphasizing her involvement as a producer and her active role in shaping its creative decisions. Emma's fearless performance in Poor Things left audiences in awe. The film garnered 11 Oscar nominations at the 2024 Academy Awards and won 4, including Best Makeup and Hairstyling, Best Production Design, Best Costume Design, and Best Actress for Emma Stone. We've covered a lot about Emma Stone's career, so now let's dive into some fascinating facts about her personal life and relatable experiences. Before moving to Los Angeles, Emma persistently asked her parents to let her pursue her dream of becoming a successful actress. But she didn't just beg or whine. Knowing her dream required a solid plan, Emma went the extra mile to convince her parents. She created a PowerPoint presentation titled Project Hollywood, complete with Madonna songs. In her presentation, Emma laid out why she needed to go to LA to become an actress, explaining that being young was no barrier. She even listed famous people who started their careers as kids. At the time, Emma was still a teenager and hadn't finished high school. Her passion and dedication won her parents over, and her mother accompanied her to LA to chase her dream. FarmVille. Emma avoids having social media accounts, especially since becoming famous. She's worried that random comments on her profiles could come back to haunt her. But there's another reason she quit social media: her experience with Facebook. Back in the day, Emma had a Facebook account and, like many people at the time, used it to play games. She became addicted to FarmVille, taking the farming simulation seriously. Emma would even skip meals just to wait for her crops to be ready for harvest. Realizing this was becoming a bad habit, Emma deleted her account to free herself from thinking about her virtual farm all day. Anxiety. If you've seen Emma on TV or in interviews, you might notice she often appears a bit anxious. She has openly admitted to struggling with anxiety since childhood. Emma shared that it started when she was 7 years old. One day, while at a friend's house, she panicked, thinking her house was on fire, though nothing had happened. Emma began therapy at a young age, and improv comedy and acting helped her manage it. Still, she continues to deal with anxiety to this day. This experience drives her mental health advocacy, particularly for people with panic attacks like hers. Emma hopes to inspire others facing similar challenges and show them that anxiety doesn't have to hold them back from achieving great things. Journalist. As a teenager, Emma was pretty geeky. With spare time on her hands, she developed an interest in computers, participated in online forums, learned HTML, and even built free websites for her friends. Emma also managed an online newsletter called Neptune, filled with articles and advice columns she wrote for teenage girls aged 12 to 18. Emma once said that if she hadn't become an actress, journalism might have been her career choice because she genuinely enjoyed doing it. Now you probably know that Emma's real name is actually Emily. When she registered with the Screen Actors Guild, the name Emily Stone was already taken, so she chose Emma Stone. Why Emma? Because she's a huge fan of the Spice Girls, especially Emma Bunton, aka Baby Spice. To this day, Emma remains a devoted Spice Girls fan. She even fulfilled her dream of meeting Baby Spice and taking a photo with her. During an interview, Emma got a surprise greeting from Melanie Brown, aka Scary Spice. Overwhelmed by the moment, Emma was on the verge of tears as her idol acknowledged her. Early in her career, Emma struggled to land roles. She described hitting rock bottom during an audition for the TV series Heroes. You might remember this show about people with superpowers. Emma auditioned for the role of the cheerleader, Claire Bennett. While waiting her turn, she overheard the casting team next door praising another actress, giving her an 11 out of 10. Sure enough, when that actress walked out, it was Hayden Panettiere who ultimately got the part. Although disappointed, this experience helped Emma adopt a nothing-to-lose mindset for future auditions. It paid off when she landed her breakout role in Superbad. 7. Spider-Man speech. Emma's talent isn't limited to acting, she can also write a bit. In The Amazing Spider-Man 2, Emma played Gwen Stacy, who gives a graduation speech. For this scene, Emma wrote the speech herself. The heartfelt speech was incredibly moving, especially given its context in the story, as it comes shortly before Gwen's tragic farewell to Peter Parker. 8. Dirty Dancing. While filming Crazy, Stupid, Love with Ryan Gosling, Emma had to perform the iconic lift from Dirty Dancing. The scene required her to run toward Ryan, who would lift her into the air. It looked tricky but doable, or so it seemed. For Emma, it wasn't that simple. In school, she once fell from a gymnastics balance beam during PE class. Her coach let go, and Emma fell forward from a height of 2 meters, breaking both her arms. This traumatic experience left her with an unconscious fear of being lifted. During the Dirty Dancing scene, Emma panicked and burst into tears. Surprised by her reaction, Ryan and the director decided to use a stunt double for the lift to spare Emma further distress. Jennifer Lawrence. When Emma Stone accepted her Best Actress trophy for Poor Things, the audience was puzzled to see her and Michelle Yeoh tugging at each other as they walked. To clear up the confusion, Michelle explained that she was supposed to hand the award to Emma but thought it would be better if Jennifer Lawrence did it, given how well-known their close friendship is. But did you know that Emma and Jen were originally rivals? Early in their careers, they often competed for the same roles. For instance, Jennifer really wanted the role of Olive in Easy A, which eventually went to Emma. Rather than staying adversaries, Emma decided to reach out to Jen. She got Jen's number from Woody Harrelson, who had worked with both of them in Zombieland and The Hunger Games. Hilariously, when Emma sent Jen a message, the reply she got was just F***CK off. Oddly enough, that sparked a daily texting streak between them that lasted a year, and they've been close friends ever since. Dave McCary. Emma Stone clearly has a natural connection with comedy, so it's no surprise that her husband comes from that world too. Emma met her future husband, Dave McCary, when she hosted Saturday Night Live in December 2016. She starred in a skit titled Wells for Boys, a parody ad for toys designed for sensitive children. The skit was written and directed by Dave, and that's how they got introduced. By 2017, rumors of their relationship started when Emma attended the premiere of Briggs by Bear, a film directed by Dave. The couple kept their romance low-key for years, making only occasional public appearances. It wasn't until 2019 that they were spotted attending events like the Screen Actors Guild Awards and the Oscars together, and later that year, their engagement was announced. Emma and Dave tied the knot in 2020, and in 2021, they welcomed their daughter, Louise Jean McCary. So that's Emma Stone's journey in life and career, already impressive and showing no signs of slowing down. Let her passion and resilience inspire you to dream big and never give up. See you in the next content.